So I recently went to Fèis Ìle and visited all the distilleries there. So if you want to see videos from the other distilleries, be sure to subscribe because those are coming up. So you're here to see Lagavulin Distillery. Fair warning, some of the videos I took were taken vertically with the phone, so if that's something that annoys you, you've been warned. What was cool about this tour was I was able to bring home samples of everything we tried on the tour. So throughout the video, you'll see me and Gio trying the various whiskeys that we had on the tour. Let's get into it. The first place they took us was to see the kiln. And while we were in there, they gave us a pour of Lagavulin 16, which was an awesome way to start the tour. So in order to bring the tour to you, I want to go ahead and pour you a pour of the Lagavulin 16 year. They gave us these little glasses, and these were like part of the tour that they gave us these.
Oh, so it's like I'm there.
It's not as peated as I expected it to be.
It smells more sharper than I remembered.
Oh yeah, the peat comes through on the taste a lot more than the smell, but you know what?
It's a very sweet peat.
It is. It's super good. And it was an amazing way to start the tour off. Like, we get into that room where they had the, I guess it was like the kiln, where they actually smoke the barley. And he's like, I'm just going to pour you some Lagavulin 16. And I was like, hell yeah. We did the tour, and then we didn't have any else until the end of the tour. So it's like we had one at the beginning, and then we had 3 at the very end, which you'll see here in a little bit. When they did that, I just knew like, oh, this is going to be great.
Our natural water source, folk, comes from the Solon Loch. The Solon Loch is a water source that comes 5 miles up that way. Now, this water source, folk, is parallel to Lafroig's water source. So, back in the day when the cousins used to have a feud for each other, they cut off each other's water source, so the distillers could not produce anything.
So the rest of the tour was pretty much like any other distillery tour you've gone on. So I didn't take too many videos there. Something interesting and kind of funny about this mill is they said that this mill was of such high quality that the company who made those mills ran themselves out of business because no one ever had to buy a new mill when they did it. And apparently there's only one guy in the world who knows how to service these mills. So needless to say, he's doing pretty well for himself. And he's also in the process of training his son on how to service them also for when he retires. Next, we went outside to the pier and to see the big Lagavulin sign, and this was my favorite part of the tour. I just love how Scotland looks and the scenery and the random castles that are just all over the place. So here's a little bit of the outside, and then we'll go in for the final tasting. We were actually able to get one of these little driver's drams from Lagavulin. My wife doesn't really drink whiskey, so she got one of these driver's drams, and the pours that they gave her for the tasting, she just kept in here. So I figured I'd bring them home for us to try here. The first one is one that we've had before. It's the Lagavulin 8-year. But yeah, you get the peat.
For how little is in there, I'm getting some pretty good peatiness in it.
It's kind of appley too. It reminds me of the Offerman edition rum cask.
Pretty peaty in the taste.
Super peaty in the taste. More so than the smell. Honestly, on that first sip, that's about all I got.
This is more peaty than the Octomore. Stay tuned for that one. I'm getting a little bit of apple in the taste. Some sweetness there.
A little bit of saltiness too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a salted caramel type of saltiness.
The next one they gave us was the Lagavulin Distillers edition, which is 43% ABV.
So this one's darker, obviously.
I feel like the peat isn't coming through so much on this one.
But that salted caramel's in there.
This one's a lot sweeter.
This is really salty in the taste. Is it just me?
No, it is a little saltier. It's a lot, the peat is nowhere near the impact as the 8-year.
Still very smooth though.
Yeah. I might actually prefer this one to the 8-year. Even though the 8-year was,
More peated?
it was more peated and it was a higher ABV too. It was 48%, whereas this one's just 43. And then the final one that they had us try was the Lagavulin Fèis Ìle 2023. So this was last year's festival release. The week we went was the week before this year's festival. They had the festival bottling there already, but I didn't buy it just because it was pricey. This one is 14 years old and it is 58.4% ABV.
Ooh. Okay, for 58.4%, I'm getting no alcohol impact.
Yeah, it's
none whatsoever. And this is just a small Glencairn, and I'm getting nothing.
It's like fruity. I'm not really getting any peat either.
I'm getting floral.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got some alcohol impact on that one. But
Yeah, if you sniff enough, you'll get the alcohol impact.
This has that peaty Lagavulin taste to it.
Yeah, peaty Lagavulin peat on the smell. Classic Lagavulin on the smell. On the taste. Yeah. Unmistakably.
Don't I do that?
But anyway, yeah, these were the 3 whiskeys that we got to try on the tour. So back to the video in Islay. Well, this is the end of the video. I just took a couple of short videos in the gift shop. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and subscribe for more Islay Distillery videos. Bye.